What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ranch. All right, ranchers, today I'm going to go over my regimen of keeping ticks off me here around the ranch when I'm out in the field. Maybe this can be some helpful tips for you guys to prevent getting ticks on you. Let's dive in it, and I'm going to go over a couple of products and things I do to prevent getting those nasty ticks on me. So it's spring. You're going to be heading out into the field just like me to get to some deer habitat projects, food plotting, getting cameras out, scouting, tree stand sets, a lot of time to prepare for that deer hunting season. And you got to contend with ticks. It's just a fact of the outside world. Ticks are an issue. And this is what I'm doing to help keep ticks off me. I have this product by Sawyer's. It's a clothing and gear spray. It's an active ingredient of permethrin, 0.5%. And you spray this on your clothes before you head out into the field, and it really helps keep the ticks off you. Since I started using this product, I don't want to say 100%, but it has so dramatically decreased the amount of ticks I get on me that I've decided to make this video for you and share that since I started using this the last couple of seasons, my experience with ticks has gotten significantly better. So what is this product? It's a product by Sawyer. It's a gear and clothing spray. This is not something you apply directly to your skin. And you put it on your clothes, you let them dry, and then you're able to go out into the field and even prevent getting ticks on you. It does work for other insects as well, like mosquitoes and biting flies, chiggers, a few other things. But you know, everybody's really worried about those ticks. And why is that? Because a tick bite can lead to an ugly bullseye rash, which means you could be infected with Lyme's disease. Now, not all ticks carry Lyme's disease, but if you could prevent getting a syndrome of fatigue, chills, malaise, fever by just putting some stuff on your clothes, I think that's worth it. So now, how do you apply this? Really easy. You give it a shake because it separates in here, and you want to make sure it's evenly distributed and worked. You're going to spray it on your clothes at about a 6 to 8 inch distance. You can't use too much of this, so you really want to make sure you wet down your clothes pretty well. So this is not something you're going to be doing and leaving and going right out into the field with wet, drug-covered clothes. You want to then hang your clothes up for what they suggest 2 hours or until they're fully dry. This way you don't absorb any of the contact medicine that's in this, which is permethrin 0.5%. Talk about that in a second. So once your clothes are dry, they're good to be put on. And that's going to prevent the ticks from even getting on you. So what happens is, once your clothes are dry, if a tick gets on you, and the myth is that ticks fly, they don't fly. Ticks tend to be more like a spider or an arachnid. And as you're going by in tall grass, they have very sticky hands, arms, kind of like spiders, and they'll reach up and just grab you, and they attach for a ride. And that's when their process begins. That's when they start crawling around looking for a warm spot, usually a crease of skin to get into. So along your belt line is very common. They'll crawl up your legs and get into the belt line when there's a little bit of compression and pressure, and they'll bite there, under your armpits, under folds in your body for some of you heavier guys out in the field. And that's where they'll really dig in and present a bite. That's why you should always check around like sock bands, waistbands, necklines, armpit folds. Like that's some of the spots behind the knee. Anywhere there's like warm and crease, that's where a tick's gonna get in. And when they get in there, that's what can lead to them biting and leading to Lyme's disease. Not all ticks carry Lyme. So just if you find one on you, not the end of the world. You want to remove the whole tick fully. If you could save it and bring it to a healthcare practitioner, they could usually take a look at it and tell you if it even had the Lyme's disease. Don't freak out if you get bit by a tick. It happens to the best of us. It just happens from time to time. If they're not really lodged, may not be the end of the world, but if it's really in you, definitely seek out a healthcare provider. Real easy these days to get a dose of antibiotics and prevent something from even happening to begin with. All right, let's dive back into the product. So this product is a permethrin 0.5%. And what is permethrin? Well, permethrin is actually like a nerve toxin. It goes in and disrupts the whole musculature system of bugs. It causes paralysis and spasm and actually ends up leading to them not being able to move or function normally, so they die. Essentially, their heart turns off. So I know you're saying, that sounds scary. I can't put this on my skin directly. I gotta make sure my clothes are wet and the bugs are rolling off and dying from a nerve toxin that kills their heart. Well, sounds very scary, yes. But by letting your clothes dry, it's going to prevent it really from transmitting through the skin. And I gotta be honest, this is a 0.5%. They make a prescription strength permethrin at 5%, 10 times the amount that you will apply directly to your body for body lice and scabies. How do I know this, you say? Well, I'm actually a doctor, and that's the field I work in, pharmaceuticals. All right, so what else to know about this stuff? Well, if you experience any sort of numb, tingly, burning, fever, malaise, nausea, could be affecting you, I would stop using the product and speak to a healthcare professional. But other than that, this should really go unnoticed. The big notice would be that you don't have ticks on you anymore. You're noticing a significant less of biting bugs on you. This stuff can be applied directly to all clothing material. So you're going to want to put this on your backpack, your hat, your socks, your pants, your shirt, anything you can to really prevent those ticks from getting on you and attaching to your skin. Because they just need to walk on your clothing layer, and this is going to get on them and really shut them down. Now, what I focus on mostly is going to be my legs, socks, boots, because that's really in the tall grass where the ticks are going to attach to you. But I know when I do a lot of chainsaw work and I'm hinge cutting, pushing trees over, that whole crown is shaking and stuff is falling, and that's how you get a lot of the stuff on you. So I know a lot of times I'll find ticks walking up and trying to get on my neck because they're looking for like behind the ear, another crease and fold that they like to get in. This prevents that. So let me show you how I apply this. Get the clothes nice and evenly covered, and then I'll leave them to hang up and dry for the minimum of 2 hours. Usually I lay out my clothes the night before, spray them, and go to bed, and I know they're fully dry and set for me. This product will last 6 weeks or 6 washes is what they say, but generally I'm doing work around the ranch once a month for the weekend, and I will respray and treat my clothes before I come out into the woods and the ranch just to make sure it's good. Now that my clothes are dry, I have them on, headed out into the field to do some stuff around the ranch. But I really like this product. I think it has a lot of applications, not just for like deer habitat and hunting. This could be used on like vacations, day at the beaches, because there's a lot of ticks in those sand dunes, you'd be surprised. And just like going out and spending some time in the great outdoors, maybe in more of a recreational setting as opposed to like hunting application. Great product. I use it a lot more now that the ticks seem to be more prevalent every year, and I hear even in my practice a lot more people getting bit by ticks. So it's something to consider. I really like the product. It seems to be helping me prevent the ticks from getting on me even in the first case. So check it out. Thanks for watching. I'm headed out to do some fencing and some tree planting. And that's the Sawyer's Gear Clothing Insect Repellent Spray. Highly suggest it. I'll include links in the video description. They're affiliate links, so if you buy it through my link, helps out the channel. I do appreciate it. Give me a like, give me a follow. Get out there, keep the ticks off you, and happy deer habitating.